Hi guys, Dan Jerseth here. I am going to be hopping on and talking about why mindset is one of the most important things in real estate. And I'm taking a quick stroll downtown Eau Claire. Hopefully you can hear me because this is my first time ever recording on my new phone. Shout out iPhone 14, I think, whatever that is, 13 maybe. But anyways, I wanted to talk about mindset and how it affects us in the real estate world. Mindset, I think, has more of an effect on people who are in the real estate game more than other occupations, because at the end of the day, we are in charge of making our own money. We don't show up and get paid by the hour. We don't get paid for necessarily picking up and putting widgets on a conveyor belt. We're really paid at the end of the day for our conversion of skills and contacts and the amount of people we help through a messy, chaotic, stressful real estate transaction. One of the most important things to understand about real estate is if people don't understand you're in the real estate business or not reminded consistently, they're not going to do business with you. At the end of the day, it's just like brand awareness on buying toothpaste or buying a can of soda at the store. You're naturally going to go to the brands you have more trust with, that you naturally just recognize more. And think about Coca-Cola, for example. They do a great job of reminding you that they're the number one soda and they make it appealing. And you just want to buy it. Like, I don't even drink pop, but I still want to drink a Coke right now, just thinking about it and mention it. So what does that mean for you? At the end of the day, that means you need to be consistently talking to your potential clients or your ideal clients. And I think one of the biggest roadblocks for people is like, how do I do that? Number one, and then that's a lot of talking. Number two is, how do you reach out to somebody, and what do you say to somebody when you get them on the phone? And I think one of the biggest mindset things is you just need to reach out to them and come at them with value. The first thing I hear new agents who are joining our team is, well, if I call somebody, I feel like I'm bothering them, or I'm just like asking for a paycheck, basically. And I can say right now, people don't think that when you reach out to them. If you're reaching out to them with the right things, for example, you might think, oh, I'm reaching out to them. Like, in your mindset, you're thinking, oh, I'm reaching out to somebody to get a paycheck or build your own wealth, versus I'm reaching out to Aunt Betty Lou because I want to help her build her wealth in real estate. It's a complete mindset shift in the opposite direction. It's not about me. It's about helping them at the end of the day. And then the other thing would be, if you're going to reach out to somebody, have something of value to give them. A couple of the things we do on our team is we have 4 to 5 events every year. For example, like, we're doing a pie giveaway in a couple of weeks. In December, we're going to be doing a Christmas appreciation event for people where we have 150 people show up and we have Santa Claus there and take photos and everything. So the phone calls to our sphere and our friends and family are very easy. It just comes down to like, hey, I wanted to invite you to this event. By the way, do you have any plans on, doing any real estate stuff in the next 12 months that we can help you with? At the end of the day, coming from value, from a standpoint of like, how can I help them, versus like, I wonder if they have business for me today. It's like a complete mindset shift. So, yeah. The other thing is, in our world, the more productive you are, the more you get paid. That's another thing, is I'd remind myself, my income is based on how much value I give to somebody. So if I can help 100 people buy or sell real estate this year, I should probably get paid more than somebody who only helps 15 people buy or sell real estate this year. At the end of the day, you get paid more for solving people's problems, and more problems you can solve, the more you naturally get paid. So just think about it that way. And I know money is a kind of a taboo topic in a lot of families. Like, being raised, like, my dad was always like, oh man, they're rich, or they got money, or this or that. They must have done something, they must have screwed a bunch of people over. I still hear him to this day talk about like, that guy has a lot of money, but he's actually one of those nice guys who has money. It's like, dude, why are we correlating having money to being an asshole? I know a lot of assholes who are poor too. So I could flip it around the other direction. So having money or being poor or middle class has no correlation to like what kind of person you are, in my opinion. A little bonus material for you guys, if you're ever thinking about like, where do I get my next listing, right? Guess what? This real estate business is super easy. We have dozens of people out there who have already raised their hand and said, I want to sell my house. And guess what they are? They're the people who have the for sale by owner signs in their front yard. It's a little bit scary, right? You probably thought about looking at one of those signs before, or you had a friend that pointed out a sign and you're like, oh, I don't want to call that evil person. Like, they don't want to work with an agent. They probably don't want to talk to me. I call bullshit on that. I've never had a for sale by owner, and I've closed a bunch of for sale by owners in the past year. Actually, funny thing is, I had one of my old for sale by owner clients share one of my quotes on Facebook today. I posted, like, I'm still really good friends with all my past clients who used to be the terrible, like, for sale by owner, you know, the person who didn't want to work with me. Truth is, they're not listing their house for sale by owner because they don't want to work with you. They're listing it in they're listing their house for sale by owner for their own reasons. Like, it has nothing to do with that they don't want to work with you. I have a couple examples. Like, most of the times when you call a for sale by owner, it's because they don't want to pay an agent. It's not you. Like, when you hear that, you feel directly like, oh my gosh, they don't want to work with me. That's not what they're saying. They don't want to pay your commission. Okay. So what, from my standpoint, what I do is I educate them on how not only am I going to help them save money, even though they're paying me, but I'm actually going to help them make more money by listing their property, because I have a lot more platforms that can market their house. So my first couple questions are, when I call for sale by owner, is, awesome, why I saw you listed your house by owner, just kind of curious on why you decided to go that route. I already know what their answer is going to be, is either they had a bad experience with another agent, or they don't want to pay commissions. Okay, cool. So you don't want to pay commissions. I totally understand that. You got to agree with them. You can't argue with them directly, or you're going to lose that. You're going to lose them right there. You say, I understand, like, totally agree. It is expensive working with a really good agent. Also, have you ever considered working with a even better agent to help you guys net more than what you'd be able to net on your own? And that's how you start the conversation. If you can show them a path that you can actually help them walk away with more, solve their problems of having to deal with all the annoying phone calls from the people asking if they'll do rent to own, having to deal with showings, especially in this market we're dealing with right now, where the market's shifting, it's looking different. You're not getting as many phone call on showings. If we're struggling to sell a house, imagine what somebody who sells 3 or 4 homes a year is dealing with. Like, they're probably extremely confused with what's going on right now, especially with these interest rates, and just educating your clients, like your clients, aka your FSBOs, which will be your clients eventually. Explaining to them, like, hey, did you know about the buy down program that the lenders are putting out there? They probably have no freaking idea what you're talking about. Just bringing that conversation, bringing that value to them, and showing them that you're more than just a, quote, slimy realtor that's just trying to get a commission check. You're not a slimy realtor. You're out there. You truly do want to help them. Unless you aren't, then you are slimy. I know the reasons why I call for sale by owners is because I give them a lot better chance to sell than what they'd be able to do on their own. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to add there. Oh, another thing, just going back to mindset, is affirmation. So if you guys never heard of what an affirmation is, really it's just a mindset trick of, like, convincing yourself that you're worth it, right? So one affirmation that I say to myself is that people love working with me. Sometimes I get down on myself. Everybody does. Who doesn't? And I'm just like, oh man, they keep saying no to me. Like, they don't want to work with me. I just must be like, people don't want to work with me. That goes through my head once in a while, and I catch myself doing that. I'll just take a break and just repeat to myself. I'll even write it down on a piece of paper like 10 times. I'm like, people love working with me, and I love helping people. And I'll just repeat it. People love working with me, and I love working with people. And just hearing that ingrains that true value of contribution, that you want to help them. And when you believe it, It shows when you talk to somebody, it shows that you're truly calling out of helping them versus just trying to collect a commission check. So hopefully this mindset talk helps you guys. I know it's been a foundation of me, like of what I've done in the past 3 or 4 years I've been in business. This year we're going to close about 135 transactions, and our goal next year is 300 transaction. Trust me, we wouldn't be able to do that unless we had this mindset shift type conversations in our head. Because if I just thought about like, oh, people just don't like working with me, trust me, I wouldn't probably be selling more than 30 houses a year. So I'm not a very hokey person, but I also understand something, even as hokey as it sounds, done over time and consistently, and it changes your viewpoint on your conversations and just everything in life. They really do add up and help you out. So hopefully this get some value out of this video, and reach out to me if you have any questions. Peace out, guys.